Good morning. It is Saturday, May 1st, and a couple guys still, one in the shelter, one in the tent. Oh, there we go, some woodpecker friend. The owls were going earlier. It's gonna be a beautiful day. And in 5 miles, there's trail magic, starting at 9, so I'm gonna leave at 7:30, get there around 9:30. Enjoy some pancakes and breakfast, I'm told. So, just gonna have a little breakfast now. Finished picking up my camp at 6:45. Be out of here in about 45 minutes. All right, once again, I'm on the trail. It's Saturday morning, May 1st. I took a picture of my stuff laid out for breakfast. I actually got to fix a breakfast I've been carrying around for a while for every day, but just for different reasons didn't have the opportunity. It was pretty good. It was instant oatmeal with Carnation instant breakfast and a pack of instant coffee. So together, it actually tastes good, was filling, and nutritious. All the above. And got my caffeine too. So, as I mentioned, trail magic in 4.5 miles. Pancakes and breakfast items, so I'm not sure what all. Hopefully there'll be some hot coffee, but take whatever drinks they have, of course. And just one comment, it's just fascinating to me, the variety of people you meet in the trail. And it's not just the variety of people, it's the variety of people that you would never meet back in your other universe, just because you're so different. Last night at the shelter with me, one guy staying in the shelter who's a self-proclaimed pothead from Maine, and another guy who was tenting near me who every Sunday he looks for a church he can find on the trail, certainly if he's on a zero, but if not, he still tries to find a church. Doesn't matter, any church. I just don't imagine that they would normally, their paths would cross outside of the trail and become friends. I mean, just both really nice guys, and we had great conversations and enjoyed visiting, and it's just fun the way the trail brings that together. Wasn't sure if this was a fireplace or a tombstone coming up the trail or coming up to it, but it's a tombstone. Uncle Nick Grindstaff, born December 26, 1851, died July 22nd, 1923. This is lived alone, suffered alone, and died alone. Wow. Sorry, Uncle Nick. I guess this is where he is. Interesting. Well, it's only 20 feet off the trail, so I thought I'd just happen to look up and see it. Back down to the trail and onward to breakfast, and rest in peace, Uncle Nick. All right, just about a little over 1.5 miles away from the trail magic, and just had some more random thoughts that I wanted to share. It's a good test. I've figured out, I think, my complete list of what would take me off the trail. And there's 3 items. Another 3, only one would take me off and keep me off. First is injury, a severe injury, or a broken bone or something that takes a long time to recover from before you can hike. And of course, I would go back to the trail at some point this year or even next, and take off, just begin where I finished and continue on. The second would be Tasha's baby, due May 30th. I'll be home in mid or later May, and I plan to go back to the trail, and that's what I'm going to do unless I'm needed at home for some reason, and then that has priority and I'll be there. But I'll go back to the trail later this year, next year. The third one, if this happens to me, then I won't be back on the trail. It's if I cease being inspired every day by, I mean, of course you can't really see it now, but I mean, I'm on a ridge coming downhill. It's there's always views and nature to be inspired by. I mean, waterfalls, whatever. I'm inspired by those all the time during the day. But it's the reptiles. Saw 2 snakes yesterday. The animals, the birds. It's you know, I know a lot of animals have seen me that I haven't seen because they haven't stepped out of the woods. They just kind of watch me go by. And but it's awesome to see them out in nature. The insects, I mean, everything. The weather, the people I meet on the trail magic. I mean, it all can inspire you, and it does. And even myself, I inspire myself sometimes with dealing with some of the lousy, awful conditions, say, I had in the Smoky Mountains. So inspiration would be required. If I lose inspiration, then what's the point of being on the trail? It's just to say you did it, I guess, but it would be hard to do. And I think that's where the mind would come into play, and you just would find lots of reasons not to continue. Now, for those who are anticipating hiking the trail, I've come up with a good test for you. Just find a spot, preferably on the Appalachian Trail, but it could be on a nice scenic trail somewhere, and just do a day hike. Park your car, walk 4 or 5 miles in, and then back to your car. And if you don't find something that inspires you, then maybe the trail's not for you. If it's just a walk, no different than a walk around your neighborhood in concrete, then if you start the trail, you're probably not going to finish it. So that's a good test, I think. And when you search or find, it should come to you. You don't have to go find it. Inspiration. I mean, it can come in all forms. I mean, support from your family, from your spouse or significant other. I mean, the support that I've gotten from Gail, my wife, has been incredible. And you know, people don't realize when someone leaves to go on the trail, if you do have a spouse or significant other or family, you know, they have to pick up the load. Whatever you're doing at home, responsible for, all that still has to continue on. And someone has to continue it. And it's not an easy job, and I understand that. And I appreciate it. I just thank God every day for Gail and for her support. It really has been a no strings attached support for me, and it's truly an inspiration every day.
That's full of soft drinks, no coffee. We're not coffee drinkers, sorry.
That's all right.
Pancakes, sausage, and eggs. You guys help yourself.
Oh, look at this.
Look at that.
Oh, awesome. I'm Longevity.
I'm Mosey.
I'm Mosey.
I'm Indoorsy.
Indoorsy. Well, you're outdoorsy right now.
Yeah.
Hi there. Good morning.
Hey there, morning.
Thank you guys. This is awesome.
Well, help yourself.
All right, I will. All right. There's my plate to start. I have some sodas and water and snacks and fruit. All right, that's the kind of make out the parking lot in the back. That I should say that was put on by Mosey, the woman, and Indoorsy, her husband. They're both from Indiana. They drove down yesterday to do the trail magic. Then she's going to do a session hike from the Station 19 area to Damascus. Here's a little barn with a big AT logo on it, and there's a group of hikers up there. I'll have to tell them there's a trail magic up back behind them. I don't know what direction they're going. Very pretty, just out in this open pasture. Interesting. Thank you, bird. Oh, I can actually see you. All right, this is just an awesome trail. The guy ahead, Kiki, said this is like a precursor to Virginia, and I believe them. Just want to see a bunch of cattle. It makes me want to become a rancher. Very, very pretty out here. Temperature's cool, but in short sleeve because of the sun and hardly any wind. Haven't seen any cattle or any kind of livestock, but this is how the rancher keeps them in place. You get this little step up for the trail and go down. And almost can't. I can. Guess that's the reasoning, but it works. Yeah, it's just beautiful out here. It's just kind of a warm spring day, though it's not probably mid-50s right now. Very comfortable. All right, I'm 8 miles in, coming up on the next shelter. I'm not staying here. It's only not even noon yet. But what's the name of the shelter? Let's see. Double Springs. I guess they have 2 springs here. But, I'm good on water. Oh, that's the trail to the springs. And here's the Appalachian Trail. Anyway, hike's going well. The slack packing is always awesome. Wish maybe I packed a little toilet paper, but I'll be okay. And it should be at my meeting up. I got maybe 6 miles to go. Well, Mom, there's another lake. I don't know what lake it is or where it is, other than I know it's in Tennessee. At least I believe it is. But one more lake down. I'll look on the map later, see if I can figure out where it was. Same lake I saw a moment ago. I don't know if this Lake Watauga can continuation or just a different one. Hopefully I can find out. Very pretty from here though. I'm not sure what these, they look like beach umbrellas with slits in them. But they all grow like that. And look at this, they're just all over the trail, and they have been. I'm curious, now that I know they have a picture of them, I'll see it, if somebody knows, put it in comments. Otherwise I'll try to track it down. Oh, 14.9. This is definitely an old shelter. Holy cow. I'll take a closer look at this. That's where it just came from. It's less than a mile to the shelter I'm going to. It'll be close to 17 miles for the day. But sack packed for 10 of it. So that was a big help. And I just realized I hadn't stopped in a while just to listen to the silence. Yeah, it's just another inspiring thing about the trail. Just gives you an idea of how huge nature is. I guess, and compared to that, how little we are. It just makes me somehow feel part of it. Well, this is an interesting view. This is from my campsite. I've laid down my pad, my floor, ground sheet, and my closed cell phone pad. I'm gonna do some stretching. I just looked up, just finally figured out why not lay down before I put my whole tent up, make sure it's level. This feels pretty good. That's a cool view, like looking up at these trees.